level up, hot, level up, level up.
Woke up this morning and I prayed to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Yahawashi. Blessed be Yahawah. Blessed be Yahawah.
Shalawam. Welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. Hey, 'cause this is for the Helpmeets Hangout.
Hangout.
Okay. I was like, why she ain't singing with me?
Cause I knew you said you was echoing, so I was like, let me hurry up and
Oh no, I'm not echoing no more.
do the thing. I see all praises. Echo
Welcome to the
location.
Helpmeets Hangout. This is
You
where
ever
we
seen
hang
that
out.
episode of it was like Dr. Seuss or something? I don't know. Echo location. Echo.
No, I was thinking of Echo from Jane Aiko's song.
I don't know. Janae. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't know
I
who
think
that
it's that
is.
song Promises. It starts she be I don't know. But this is where we hang out. This is where we come to hang out. This is where we finna hang out. This is where we come to hang out. This Lord willing, y'all are doing well.
Hey y'all. Welcome to the new sisters. If this is your first time joining, and shalawam to all my sisters that continue to come back for more
Yes, we love
episodes.
that.
Okay,
We love y'all.
we
Love
thank y'all
y'all.
for supporting us and sharing
Yes.
this. Okay,
Yes. We appreciate the
listen,
support, the comments, likes, all praise to the most high.
suggestions for the topic because
Mhm.
y'all. Let me say y'all showed out. Okay, y'all chose this topic for today, so
Y'all
I'm
chose
proud of
this.
y'all.
Yes.
We asked, y'all voted, and y'all chose accountability. Okay, so
Okay.
we about to talk about this. We about to get into it.
Okay. And is right.
And will.
And first, I'm gonna read our foundational precept.
Con.
1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the organs of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth. The Yahawah in all things may be glorified through Yahawashi HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So we want to speak the organs of the Most High, what's well pleasing and the eyes of the Lord, because it's only other Lord we're able to even get on this podcast. It's other Lord that we had this podcast, other Lord that we're able to talk about these things, understand the scriptures, share our knowledge and understanding. So call out Bahasham. I want to give all honor, glory, praise to the Most High. And as the scriptures say, as the scriptures say, and the sister scriptures with Susanna, this is the day that the Lord have made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Okay.
Con.
It's Sunday, start of a new week. We feeling good. Gonna set some goals.
Period.
Gonna get some stuff done
Today
this
is
week.
your day to get prepared for the rest of the week. Okay. If you don't got your
Mhm.
goals written down, listen. I'm talking to myself. If you don't have your goals written down for this week, please do take some time to be organized, y'all. I don't. The Most High really been putting diligence, discipline, organization in the spirit, in the atmosphere. Proverbs chapter 6:6. Listen, go to the ant, thou sluggard. I don't know why, but we gotta be prepared at all times. We never know, what the next minute, day, hour, second will, consist of. So just be prepared through the spirit for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to read this precept real quick.
Well, go and read it then. Go and read it.
I don't
Hey,
know
go
which
and
one
read
I
it
want to
then. Go
choose.
and read it. Hey, go and
I'm
read
gonna
it.
just read Romans 2:11. That is just simplified, okay? Because today we're talking about accountability. This is Romans chapter 2:11. It says, "For there is no respect of persons with God." So today, if it apply to you, it applies to you. If it don't apply,
The
let it
shoe
fly.
fit that
Okay, we're
well.
not talking about one individual person. We'll be talking about accountability and the lack thereof within women of Israel in general as a whole. So if it's a couple things that you might fit the description of. There might be things that you might have to work on. That goes for myself, Abarriyah, sisters that are watching now and will watch later. So I don't want anybody to be upset about what's being brought out. It's no respect of persons, and we are being our sisters' keepers. In order for our nation to continuously grow and sisters to do better and be better, we have to call things out. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh-uh. Well,
That's good.
that sister got the sound effects.
That was good. All praises. That's right.
No, because I don't listen. We not only about to be talking about, worldly things. We gonna talk about sisters in this truth too. Cause it's a lack of accountability as a whole. Not only, oh sisters, don't nobody want them to say nothing. No, sisters in this truth don't want nobody to say nothing to them about certain things either. So hey,
If the shoe fits, I don't
put
have
it
to
on.
finish.
It's like,
Look, yeah, we have to do better as women. And like the sister said, we not only, we're not getting on here and like trying to bash people, but
nope.
things have to be addressed in order for us to grow as women, in order for us to better our nation. And, we're talking to ourselves as well. We just have to do each other, holding ourselves accountable and holding each other accountable. So, we're gonna get into it, because us so-called Black, Latino, Native American, Indian women and Israelites, according to the Bible, we just lack accountability. We and you know what I think one of the reasons why maybe is because, and this is just my thoughts, is because
We spoiled.
Esau, because what?
We spoiled.
Well, yeah, okay, cool, but also Esau, well, yeah, he has put the so-called Black woman on this pedestal where she feel like what I it's only what I it's only it's all about me, right?
Oh yeah.
He's put the so-called Black woman on this pedestal where she, of course, she doesn't respect the so-called Black man. She makes more money, so she feel like, I don't got to do what you say, I don't got to listen to you, la la la. So I feel like a lot of our women, they have this mentality of, I don't need to fix nothing. I can do what I want. I can say what I want. I can be who I want. I can act how I want. That's what Esau
Hmm.
got her thinking. And then you got these women in this industry pushing that as well in their music. You know, like you have this explicit music talking about all types of madness, F this, F that,
Craziness.
I can do what I want. So all these different agendas and forces at play makes our women feel like, you know, I don't have to check myself. I can do
Right.
whatever. I don't
It's
need to
like
work
my
on
way or the
nothing.
highway.
Yeah, my way or the highway.
That's crazy.
It's a song called My Way by this chick from
Um,
Chicago I used to listen to in the world. My way. My way or the highway. It's a song like that.
for real? That's
Yes.
crazy. I never even heard of that before, to be honest.
Yes. Crazy. But so yeah, that's why I think we lack accountability.
No, she yawning. She tired again.
Okay now.
Get thee behind me, Satan. But no, for real
Definitely.
though, I definitely agree with that. We've been spoiled. Straight like that. We've been spoiled. We are spoiled rotten. I know we princesses. I know that we're used, like it's in our spirit to be used to the finer things, and just feel like everything's supposed to go our way. But when we get like that, that's kind of being, not kind of, that's being out of order. You know what I
Yeah, and
mean?
prideful.
And then that just is like, you are an example. You are an example to the younger sisters around you. And something that I saw on social media, it was this girl. She was like, I love when my mom comes to the club with me. And it's just like, our elder women are supposed to be that example of how to be.
Wait a minute. Who
Yeah.
said that?
I don't know her name. I don't even remember if I seen it on Twitter or Instagram. But she was like, I love when my mom goes to the club with me, and she was like, twerking on top of the table, but her mom was her holding her skirt down. And so I'm just like, No accountability. Where is the, like, why is her mom not holding her accountable and be like, listen, you need to represent yourself in a better way, you know, get down off the top of the table. Like, that's embarrassing. Like,
Right.
it be a lot of that going on with that. Oh
That's
my goodness.
actually insane. See, I we just don't know no better. That's just terrible. The mothers are supposed to at least know better.
But they too busy out here feeling like I raised my children. I had to do what I had to do. Now I'm about to live my best life. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm. So the sister Martha did a video called "Using Wisdom, Knowing When to Walk Away from Unprofitable Situations."
Oh
She
yeah, I
made it
watched that.
about
That was
two,
good.
3 weeks ago. This basically was going into accountability because what happened was there's a sister from the video that she pulled on the news station, or whatever. There's a sister and her boyfriend and their child living together, so-called boyfriend or whatever.
Hmm.
I was living together, whatever. He was telling her to get out. He kept asking her repeatedly, time and time and time and time and time again, to get out. And according to sources or whatever, she, she wasn't trying to get out or nothing, that I don't got to do nothing attitude. And he ended up killing her child, and killing himself. And then the other video that the sister Martha put out, y'all should go watch. I might actually pull it up and just kind of skim through the point. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Just get to the point. To show y'all the little clip. The other one was the sister was going back and forth with this Jake, and I guess he kept telling her to, you know what, we're just gonna pull it up real quick. He kept telling her to be quiet or something, or leave him alone, something, and then he ended up hit her, and so her son jumped on her defense and killed this man. And now because she couldn't be quiet, just shut her mouth, now her son got to deal with that PTSD and trauma of killing a child, killing a man the rest of his life. And then what if the other family want revenge? Like, this is a mighty video the sister did, and it's just like the sisters in the comments, it's like, why she gotta be quiet? Why she gotta shut up? We ain't gotta do nothing. That's the problem. That's the problem. We feel like we can say whatever we want, when we want, how we want, do whatever we want. We think that we can just do and say and be whatever, whoever, whenever. That is not what the Lord ordained. So our women are out of order. Our women are out of order.
Real
Let me show
bad.
y'all real quick. I just want y'all to see. Um, I'm not gonna play the whole video. I just want y'all to see the part I'm talking about.
Closet and grabbed the gun. So and I was like, you're not gonna do nothing. And he was like, matter of fact, get out. I said, you can't put me out. I can't run here. So he was like, you getting out of my house? Like, are you really trying to provoke me? And every single time he's stepping closer and closer to me. Are you really trying to provoke me? Are you trying to provoke me? I'll kill you. You'll really lose your life in here.
The question that everybody wants to know is why didn't this girl just take her 6-year-old and leave, give this man time to cool off? He asked her 9 times to get out of his house.
Girlfriend in here acting crazy and fill up the house. I just wanted to get out the house. I don't want no problems.
Even the police tried to persuade her.
For me, if I was in a situation that wasn't good for me, I would want to get out.
She still refused to leave. An hour after the police left, he shot her dead, shot her 6-year-old dead, and then killed himself.
So it's like that situation could have been prevented if the sister would have just humbled down, closed her mouth, got up and left. Especially being a mother, you don't want no harm coming to your child. So it's like we just like accountability. It's my way or the highway. I don't got to do nothing you say. I don't got to listen to you. I do whatever I want, however I want. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. And that's what get our sisters in trouble. And the Lord is in a judgment because the Lord, we got to stop playing with the Most High. But I also wanted to show the other little part real quick. Let me. The other one. This one right here.
35-year-old Carlisha Wood was just released from jail yesterday afternoon. She spent about 6 days in jail. Her son spent the same amount of time in a juvenile detention center. Ms. Hood was visibly emotional as she appeared at this news conference with her attorneys by her side. They filed a lawsuit on her behalf against the city of Chicago and responding officers as well. Her attorneys said that Ms. Hood and her son were wrongfully arrested by Chicago police on June 21st and then wrongfully charged as well with murder. It wasn't until this video was released before the deadly encounter that charges were dropped. The video shows 32-year-old Jeremy Brown yelling at Ms. Hood and then repeatedly punching her in the head. And then Hood's 14-year-old son shot Brown in the back in what appears to be self-defense.
Yes, it was an obvious rush to judgment. They wrongfully arrested her. And I don't want to go into great detail. And you don't have to be a lawyer to appreciate and recognize that when a woman is violently attacked by a man, an unarmed woman, that she shouldn't be arrested.
And attorneys for Ms. Hood say the man who attacked her, 32-year-old Jeremy Brown, was a documented violent criminal. They say that he had a current order of protection pending against him at the time. He had a documented criminal history for being violent against African-American women as well. Now, attorneys say they...
Okay, now let me skip forward to this part where she shows the comment section of sister saying she ain't had to do nothing. She can talk, whatever. Let me see if she pulls it up.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, it's right here.
He didn't. And that's why he's in a position that he's in now. He should have. Let's look at there when needed. I don't know. What shows you how bugged out are people.
It says y'all gotta realize we shouldn't have to live in fear, and we damn sure shouldn't have to be quiet either.
What? Here, F him out. The man should have kept his hands to himself. They come into judgment.
So Khan, she said we ain't gotta be quiet. Shalawam says, and now I'm not justifying what he did because obviously he shouldn't have put his hands on her, but it just could have been avoided. But our women feel like I can say and do whatever I want. All she had to do is be quiet. All we got to do is use wisdom and walk away. All she had to do is be quiet. And her 14-year-old son got to carry that for the rest of his life because she just wanted to run her mouth. But we be wanting to prove a point. We want to get the last word. No, I'm going to prove my point. I'm going to get the last word. I don't care what you're saying. Even when your life is at danger, you want to get the last point to the point where that sister, her child got shot. She got shot. They both died. And now this one, her son got to do that for the rest of his life. All because us women, Israelite women, so-called Black, Latino, and Native American women, we want to get the last word so bad. We want to be right. We want to get our point across. We want to be heard. We want to do what we want and say what we want. It's madness. I just want to pull those out. Like, and the sad thing is, these things are real. Like, that's real life. And that's actually sad that now a mother has to bear her daughter. Now a mother has to bear her son. All because we cannot be quiet and just humble down.
I'm just thinking about we just had that call on Thursday about decision making. Mm-hmm. And
that's the spirit.
We have to really be responsible for our decisions in the decision making process and the thought process of our decisions. Like, is this going to lead to life or is this going to lead to death? Like, we really have to keep those things at the forefront of our mind. And a lot of the decision making process that the world promotes to us is unto death. And it's not profitable. It's unprofitable. It embarrasses our community and makes us look crazy. And, it's really embarrassing, to be honest. And I'm looking for this video where, I don't know if this is it, but it can happen to sisters that's in the truth as well. It's this sister, I don't know if y'all remember seeing it, but it was a video of a sister. She was in Walmart, got her fringes on and all of that. And the police, they arrested her and she going crazy. And the cop punched her in her face.
I seen that.
With her fringes on, okay? So these things aren't only limited to sisters that don't know who they are. This is also for sisters that know who they are, and still, Satan will come and try to have you and will provoke you and see where you are in your walk and see, is this sister really about what she be talking about? You have that choice to either get rowdy in that situation or humble down, agree with your adversary quickly. All right, you know what, just go ahead, take me away, let me just be quiet, let me just, and that could have turned out differently. She didn't have to get punched in the face.
And it probably could have helped her charges too. She probably, whatever they was arresting her for, if she would just, been compliant or whatever and just been quiet, she probably would just got off.
If it was
So
wrongful,
yeah.
you know
Oh
but it's a
man.
lot of situations that we can avoid putting ourselves in if our decision making process is a lot better, and keeping those things in mind. And that's sad. It just like, I'm just really meditating on it and thinking about like how the decisions that we make really affect, our whole entire life, not only our lives but those around us. Like, when you're making decisions, you're not only making decisions for yourself. You gotta think about those that are around you. Dang.
Definitely. Definitely. Going back to the call Thursday, the sisters, Deb and Friday held a call Thursday about decision making, and it was about Bathsheba's decision, and well, we can look at a lot of scriptures where our women were faced with tough decisions. The sister in second seventh, the Maccabees chapter 7, I think.
Oh, Second Maccabees chapter
Yeah,
7.
second
Yes.
Maccabees chapter 7. That mother, Bathsheba, um, who kind of was faced with a decision as well. Jezebel, her decisions were poor. Jezebel lacked accountability. She lacked accountability in a sense because um, Elijah was trying to basically rebuking her, and she basically was like, "Okay, I'm not listening to nothing you talk about. I don't care." And of course, she was a heathen, obviously, but the most I got these things in the scripture where we can still learn. She was like, basically, I'm not listening to nothing you're talking about. Do what I want to do. Do what I want to do.
Right.
And she had a trail of just wickedness and trouble because she was prideful. She was out of order. These heathens gonna have to be in order too when the kingdom of heaven come. Okay, they're gonna have to fall in line. Every knee shall bow. Okay, do you hear
Mhm.
me? Every knee shall bow. Just read that
Period.
today. Don't
Period.
play. So, I mean, and you know, us in this truth, we have to have accountability as well. When it says correct you, it's out of love. I've personally seen sisters that's supposed to be in this walk get offended and cuss their sisters out and
And
talk
get
crazy
real nasty.
when you correct them. I've seen it. I'm not lying. I have personally seen it, and it blows me because I thought you was supposed to be in this truth. What? The,
It be taking me back. I've had a couple instances when I reached out to sisters and they're like, sis, blah 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 blah, whoopty whoop. All praises to the Most High. Sis, if you need help with anything, da 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 da. And the responses is nasty, real stank. And I'm just like, oh, okay. As long as I got the blood off my hands and did what I was supposed to
okay.
do, if you ain't had ears to hear, you wanted to get upset, like somebody was judging you or, putting you down, it's okay. But, y'all do y'all portion and just, if you feel like you giving sisters correction, they might be offended. Do your part. Pray on it. Do your part. Continue to continuously pray for that sister. Um, because sisters feel like it's a fine line between being your sister's keeper and being a hater. Like, oh, this sister just hating. I don't have no reason. First of all, I'm not supposed to hate my sister. Okay. And
It's
second of
that
all, that's still worldly.
I was
That's
just gonna
that.
say you took the words from my mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Get out of my head. I was just gonna say that's that worldly mentality. Ain't
Yes,
nobody
like
hating.
at all. Anybody that knows me know I love my sisters. I want to see the best for my
She
first of all, I want to
does.
see everybody win. I want to see
Okay.
everybody win. Period. Okay. I want all of us to flourish. I want all of us to win. Whatever we do, businesses, posting videos on Instagram, all of that. Even in our daily walk, even if you don't do all of that, I still want to see you flourish. Like, what in the world? That part right there had really taken me back. But I would rather get rebuke and correction and exhortation from my sister than to fall in the hands of the Lord.
Come
So,
on. And the scary thing is that everything is of Yahawah Shai. So when there is correction at hand, the Most High is just putting it on that sister's spirit. So when you reject that correction, you're basically rejecting the words. You're basically rejecting the Lord, right? Because that's just honestly the Lord talking to you through them. That's the
hmm
Lord telling you you need to fix this. That's the Lord giving you another chance, and
to get
you
it right.
basically rejecting the Lord. Like, "Ugh, I don't. You basically you being disobedient to the Lord, really, because He's telling you to fix this, and He's telling you to fix something. He's telling you that you're going off in this area, and you're being rebellious. And rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, and that's just how we got to look at it. And that's that worldly mentality, thinking we hating because I thought the scripture said correction is love. The Leviticus 19, and I believe it's either 18 or 17, literally says, love thy neighbors thyself and suffer sin not upon him. Roughly
hmm
paraphrasing. So love is not suffering sin upon your neighbor. Love is, see, in the world we didn't know what love was, but true love and this truth, a way of showing true love is like, hey sis, you know, I noticed this. I just want to talk to you about it, Lord willing, and then give them a suggestion. So next time they know what to do,
Right.
you know me and y'all and we did a video about taking correction a while ago, and my mom was the one that actually gave us the little sandwich. She basically broke it down. She basically said, always greet first, come off with love, and let them know the faults. Bring the precept out, and always end it with a suggestion, so that way they don't feel like they stuck, and they have a suggestion on what to do next time, so they don't fall in that
Con.
same area. And we
Right.
was like, dang, mom, appreciate it. And we took it and ran with it and did a video on it. So all praise to the Most High. Call it how about Shema Shah. But um real love is a part of that is correction. So it's not hate. It's never hate. If a sister is correcting you, she genuinely wants the best for you. And if a sister feel like, oh, this sister hating on me, and if she getting crazy at the mouth, then that sister just don't go right the spirit on her. She don't got the right spirit on her. We just gotta pray for our people, because I've seen stuff like that and it's truth, and it's really sad because we're supposed to be in this walk. We have our fringes on, our hair wraps on. That's why the Bible tells us everybody that's Israel is not Israel. Romans 9:6. That's why the Lord said, prove a friend. Sirach 6:6. That's why the Lord said, Matthew 7:16, you shall know them by their fruits. Because just because someone is in this walk doesn't mean they're really about what they talk. Because if you're really about what you talk, then you're gonna take that correction, you're gonna humble down. But I don't want to be too long-winded.
No, you good, girl. You was spitting that hot fire. I was listening. I was soaking it up.
All praise the Most High. All praise the
No,
Most
for
High.
real, because that's stuff that sisters need to hear and understand that, okay, just because this sister is married to somebody that's a teacher or an elder or whatever, okay, so what? If you
They're
see
gonna
that
respect
sister
the
going off,
persons.
then you need to say something. As long as it's not something that, I mean, as long as it's something that, you can find a precept on it and be like, listen, sis, here's the precept. Now, if it's just your own vain opinion, oh, sis, you're not supposed to wear your hair that long, or sis, you're not supposed to, like,
Yeah,
all right, you doing too much.
I
That's
was just gonna
not,
say that. Yeah.
you gotta know, you gotta be in the spirit and have that
Mm-hmm.
discernment of, okay, that's immodest. She's the elder sister. Okay, you should I say something? I don't know. And then it's gonna be, and then right in your face because you didn't say something. It's gonna be a sister that be like, or let me use this. A sister don't have her scarf on her head, and we about to pray, and you like, oh, she an older sister. She knows she's supposed to have that scarf on. I ain't gonna say nothing. And then you sit back, and then you don't say nothing, and then it's a sister that come up to her and be like, sis, we about to pray. Make sure that you put your hair wrap on. That was supposed to be you saying something. That was your. So don't be afraid to speak up and say things when it's according to thus says the Lord. Now, when it's your own, oh, sis, you ain't supposed to have your nails like that. Okay, okay, all right, sis. Like, if her husband okay with it,
Mm-hmm.
you
I got a
know,
precept.
certain shoes, her husband is okay with her wearing them shoes. Like, when
Mind business.
it's not right. So, yeah,
Where does not involve you, keep it shut.
right.
That's a beautiful point, though. I like that. She really brought out some good things, and I wanted to let me back on that. This first Thessalonians 5:21, prove all things, hold fast, which is good. So you have to prove all things. If you're going to be correcting this, sis, you got to go in the scripture and prove where she committed sin. Because Proverbs say, he that justifieth the wicked and condemneth the just, they both are an abomination to the Lord. So if you condemning the just, you over here trying to rebuke a sister, she did no sin according to the law, according to the Bible, then you're just condemning the just. She hasn't did anything. So then you got to check your spirit.
I was
Okay,
about to say that.
is this
Yep.
a spirit of envy on you? Is this a spirit of jealousy and hatred on you? Because that's the thing did nothing to you, and she ain't going off. Right. And then that's where it comes in where sisters try to correct you about your hair, your nails, and things like that. This is when Wante just dropped a mighty video on that.
I was about to say that after you was
she
done.
just
You bring it up. Ow, bring it out.
we right here with it. She just dropped a mighty video about that. If first of all, where there's no law, there's no sin. There's no sin that we cannot wear nails. There's no sin that we can't have our braids. There's no sin in those things, right? And so a lot of people, they like to run to, well, that's the ways of the heathen, not the ways of the heathen. That's not what Jeremiah was talking about. That was a whole different thing. He was talking about not worshiping idols and things like that. But if you're now in this, if you truly feel in your spirit, it'll be off. Okay, then that's you. But don't go condemning other sisters trying to rebuke them when it's not sin, especially if they married. So, like, if it comes to you trying to correct a sister that's married, it has to be if she like in sin. If she is sin, if it's something to do with her hair, her nails, or something like that, you can't go correcting that sister because her husband allows that. If her husband allow her to have her nails long, that has nothing to do with you. If her husband allow her to have a sew
Color in
in
her hair.
or some brown or some color in her hair, that has nothing to do with you. Mind your business. Don't be worried about what other people got going on in their household, because like the sister Walter brought out, then you usurp authority over that man because that's his possession. That's what he allowed. Who are you to tell his rib what she can and cannot do if it's not sin? So use discernment when you're trying to correct sisters that's married. I'm not, of course, if the sister's in sin, then correct her, but use discernment on what you're trying to correct her about. Because sometimes we just be trying to be out of order and buck up when that has nothing to do with you, and that's not sin, and you're not her husband.
And I would say also, of course, Sirach chapter 6, prove a friend. That's 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6. Prove that sister. You gotta understand. Also know what sister that you're talking to. If she and her husband may be on a doctrine and understanding that women can wear pants. Okay, I'm not arguing with a sister who believe that she can wear pants. I don't. That's not me. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know who you speaking to in each.
Definitely.
If that sister and her husband in their camp believe, or congregation believe that, like me and Abarriyah, we on different new moons. I'm on the dark moon, she's on the full moon. I'm not about to argue with that sister as long as that sister is trying to keep the commandments. Like, I'm not I'm not about to argue with you about that. Like, we have a different understanding. At the end of the day, Yahawashi is going to come back and correct these things
Set it
and
all clear.
set
Set
them
it all
in
straight.
order. We're striving. As long as that sister is striving to keep the commandments and do, what's well pleasing unto the Lord, come on now. Anything else, hold yourself accountable. Like Abarriyah said, check your own spirit and make sure that you're not going off and you're not moving in a way that's ill mannered. Check your spirit. Ask the Most High to reveal it. Even if you be like, no, I did that because, okay, pray about it. That's why I said first pray on it. Before sometimes I be moved to say stuff and I be like, Lord, I don't even want to say this. I don't even want to say this. So it really takes a lot for me to build up the courage to even speak to sister, to even reach out to sister, to be like, Shalawam, sis, X, Y, the most I put on my spirit to say X, Y, and Z. Please forgive me if you're offended, but I just wanted to show you precept, you know. And
line upon
if you
line.
need any help with whatever it was that I addressed with that sister, if you need help with blah blah blah, you know, let me know. Lord willing, you have a good day and all is well. Shalawam, and keep it moving. And you know, I pray before I do all of that. And some sisters don't even understand that sometimes when sisters reach out to you and do speak to you or let you know, that might be hard for that sister. And I say, strive for the truth. The Lord is going to protect you. You know, either that sister might not speak to you no more, whatever. But at least you did what the Most High put you to do in righteousness. So,
all praises to the Most High. And I wanted to lean back on what you said, because I talk to sisters that have, you know, different understandings. I talk to sisters that don't keep this, that keep the lunar Sabbath. I talk to sisters that don't keep the same moon as me. I talk to sisters that believe that you can wear pants. I'm cool with sisters and close sisters that don't believe that you have to have your hair covered when you pray and read. And if that's what their husband allow, I'm not finna argue with them sisters. I'm not finna buck up and be like, you are going off because that's what they believe. That's what the Most High put in their spirit. That's what their husbands allow. That has nothing to do with me. As long as these sisters are sincere, striving to keep the law, statutes, commandments, we cool. We good.
We Gucci.
Like, you just have to know who you're speaking to. Like the sister said, you got to have discernment. You got to know what you're talking about. Because you can't go correcting sisters, trying to tell a sister that she can't wear pants if her husband allows that. Okay, you have to have discernment and kind of know what you're doing through the spirit. You can't just be out here doing whatever you want to do throughout the spirit. You know what I mean? Like, we have to take the beam out of our own eye. And that's crazy, because I've been reading Romans the past 3 days, and something that Paul is talking about recently is, you know, you can't be judging somebody and you over here doing the same thing. You over here trying to condemn somebody and you doing the same thing. He brought that out in one of his chapters in Romans. It was mighty. And then I just read Romans 14. It was similarly saying something like that again. But it's like, you know, can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
But
you know, you gotta take the beam with your own eye. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. That's
what Michael Jackson say?
Look in the mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Oh yeah, I'm asking him to change his ways. And no I'm asking for the man in the mirror. If you're gonna make it,
no message could have been any clearer. Sorry, had to run it back. No, for real. Gotta look at yourself.
Yeah.
But no, if you see your sister walking out here like y'all, I know y'all been on social media. What you think about? I'm about to switch this up a little bit. What you think about that situation with Keke Palmer
and Usher? I knew you I literally was waiting on it. Oh my goodness! I knew you should.
I was like, this is kind of like right on time, like how we was talking about this. Like, I'm like,
that's the spirit. That's the spirit. I think that no accountability. No accountability.
Right.
You can go on stage, and I didn't even watch the full video. And you know what's crazy is I don't even be on social media, so it's like kind of like I live under a rock. Sometimes people be talking about stuff, I be like, "What are y'all talking about? Where?" So I be having to Google it. I be feeling old, but that's madness. That's madness.
Yeah, that's real mad.
And you have
that's
sisters justifying it, I'm sure.
Yep.
She on stage, you can see her whole bosom. Showing the world everything. You just had a baby. Come on.
Yeah. And then like that's all decision making. You chose to wear that dress like that. You chose to have actions that are unbecoming of someone's mother, and also, you know, whether you claim that's your husband or not, y'all have a child together. Biblically, boo, that's your husband. But, you know, she don't have that understanding. But
that's that. Yeah. I can do what I want to do, spirit. Now
and
I have a question.
He spoke out and was saying, you know, if a man doesn't want, you know, that's his family, you know, and he felt kind of embarrassed.
Yes, he should.
Exactly. And I'm like, he should be able to say some things. But we're gonna take this off of him because we speaking about the women. You know, she should like at least her mother, Lord willing, her mom sit her down, have a conversation, and hold her accountable for her actions. You know, or somebody around her close, and not enable. We need to stop enabling each other to do madness. To okay, I don't care what my husband's talking about. I don't have to do what he say. I don't. You know, I feel like we gotta stop being enablers for each other, for ourselves. You know, sit down and think about that thing. You know, dang, could I have done this differently? You know, could I have worn something a little bit more modest? Yes. Could I have not been dancing all up? Yes. Could I, you know? So think about those things. Is this an enabling behavior for my sister? You know, so I don't know. But I
Yep.
think that was crazy. I think it's crazy.
How you feel about that situation with that sister Sahuki or something like that, and OJ Cyrus, OK Cyrus,
When you promote yourself to be a whore, people gonna treat you like a whore.
right?
Period.
And that's what I.
But I
That's,
don't condone what he did. I
right,
don't feel like
right,
you should. I don't feel like he should have. When she pulled away, okay, stop. Like she don't want to
right.
kiss you. She don't want to kiss you. She don't want you to be all up in her face. But when you promote being that way and living that kind of lifestyle, then people gonna think that as a man. Hold on, I'm gonna get the precept. But anyway, however you display yourself is how people are going to look at you.
Right.
We already live in a society where y'all know we have stereotypes. Okay, she black people, they like watermelon, they like chicken. You
The
know,
ratchet, they
like
loud, they ghetto.
yeah. So if you know that you live somewhere where it's already stereotypes based off of just the color of your skin and your ethnicity, then how much more how you promote yourself and how being you being around a certain group of individuals or how you rap or how you speak or things like that. What do you think? I'm gonna choose
Right.
to be more discreet. I'm gonna choose to not be rapping about stuff like that. I'm gonna choose not to be shaking my behind on little children. I'm gonna choose not to be shaking my behind in 7-Eleven, gas stations, Walmarts, whatever. I'm gonna choose not to promote this nasty, filthy wickedness and whoredom. And maybe you might not have been, and I'm not saying that is an excuse, but maybe you may not have been treated in such a way. I don't know. Maybe. You see how people treating Black China now that she switched from Black China to Angela? How she's taking out her Botox, how she's giving her life to Christ, and you know,
I think that's beautiful.
yeah, Lord willing is real and
Huh?
not for
Yeah.
publicity. So,
Yeah, that'd be terrible. If it wasn't. Oh my goodness. But kind, yeah. Not condoning what he did at all, but um, you know,
that's horrible.
what you get out is what you receive. You sow what you reap. So if you're sowing in that manner and that behavior, that's what you're gonna reap. And our sisters, what kills again, lack of accountability. You go in these stores, you twerk. There's this video of this sister twerking in public. And then when a random Jake tried to get behind her, she felt offended. Why are you shaking your booty then? Lack of accountability. You want somebody to treat you with respect, but you don't have respect for yourself. You walk around here butt naked, twerking on whatever you see, whomever you see. You talk about all types of explicit wickedness in your music, and then you expect someone to treat you with respect. It does not work like that. Hold yourself accountable. If you want change, then you have to be the change. You have to fix something within yourself. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else. Stop pointing. What do you need to do? How do you need to be better? And us sisters in the truth, what area can we do better in? How can we go harder?
Mhm.
What do we need to work on? Because it's all room for improvement. All works are not found perfect before Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. There's a lot of things we can do to be better. So what is it? Because we don't have all day. So if there's things you need to do better in, then whatever is causing you to stumble, like Christ said in Matthew 5, then cast it far from thee.
Mhm.
Romans, no, it's Hebrews 12:1-2. What we're paraphrasing is just saying like, um, whatever is in your way, put it aside. Yeah, let me just read it. We ain't even gonna
Sorry.
paraphrase it. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1, and it reads, Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great crowd of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which thus so easily beset us, and let us run with patience until the race that is set before us. So beset just basically means like to overcome. So whatever's trying to overcome you, whatever sin is trying to bring you down, whatever you're struggling with that's in your way that's trying to cause you to slack in his truth, whatever it is, put it far away from you and run this race with patience. Because this is a race, this is a marathon. We're trying to get the kingdom. We can only get the kingdom if we cross the finish line. So whatever's in your way, whatever areas you need to work on it. Because at the end of the day, that's the Lord trying to help you be better. When we go through affliction, this is Hebrews 12, and I'm gonna start at 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father's spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. So when we go through affliction, that's the Lord doing that for our profit. When somebody's telling us how we can be better, that's the Lord doing that for our profit. He wants us to be better. That's a beautiful thing. After all the wickedness we've done, all the times we broke the Lord's heart, he's still giving us chance and chance again to be better because he wants better for us. So either get right or don't. The Lord ain't gonna beg nobody. The Lord don't need us. Either get right or don't.
Right.
And I hope we all trying to get right because we all have areas we can do better in.
Yeah.
So
The precept I was talking about is Ecclesiasticus. This is in the Apocrypha, also known as Sirach, chapter 19, verse 29 and 30. It says, a man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. Verse 30. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. So if it say a man can be known by his look, how much more a woman? I mean, you don't want to be labeled certain things, you know? Hey, gotta do better and be better. Be accountable. And I'm not saying that it's fair that people judge you by your appearance and by your looks, but like I said, when you know that you live in a world and a society that judges you by the color of your skin already and already has preset things in their mind about you, how much more when it comes down to your actions, your words, how you dress and things like that, how you present yourself into this world. We got to be more mindful, we got to make better decisions, we got to be accountable, and not only, accountable for things like that, but like for like others around us, but like self accountability is so important. So important. That self reflection aspect and peace and meditation and trying to grow is really important to our daily walk. Very important to us being a part of the light, you know. So
God.
and I wanted to get one more. I wanted to kind of twist it one last way before we end out. And this is like I was just speaking on accountability with self. So I know Abarriyah and I spoke on setting goals and things like that at the beginning when we first started. So it's kind of perfect how it's going like full circle. So, do you lack accountability in yourself? Do you lack accountability when you set a goal? Are you getting it done? Are you lacking accountability? And I'm speaking to myself because I can hold myself accountable that I'm supposed to be getting up and working out. I cannot be getting up and working out like how I'm supposed to. And the more guys are like, I don't want to. But no, like, that's why I've been reading Proverbs chapter 6. I'm holding myself accountable, Um, and just understand when you don't hold yourself accountable, what the consequences or repercussions or, the results of that will be. If I'm not holding myself accountable and having that determination within inside of myself to get my goals accomplished, the things done around my household and things like that, okay, what's going to be the result? My house going to be a mess. For my fitness, I'm not going to reach my goals. I might still be unhappy, whatever. But just understand that the decision making process and accountability is really, it's a big thing. And I've been reading this book. Bam. It's
Mm.
called it's called The Mountain Is You. It's a like a mindset training book. I eat the meat, spit out the bones, of course. If it ain't thus said the Lord, I'm like, yeah, okay, you tripping. But for the most part, it's really good. It's called Transforming Self Sabotage into Self Mastery. So, um, as far as if you need self help books and things like that to help you along, to help you see, is my decision making process beneficial for me and things like that. Of course, you have the precepts, but I think books like this also help me as well. So that's just a recommendation. And I also feel like, if you want that self improvement, you have to take the time. People always make time for the things that they want to get done. If you don't feel like, these things are important to you, you might not get it done. But have accountability in that as well. So,
Come. I like that. Set you some goals. I have a board, and each day I kind of write out a schedule. I try to write out my week. Well, for the most part, write out my weekly goals. And I need to start trying to aim to get. It's like I get my daily goals done, but it's like I don't know, the weekly goals. I don't know. It's like those are slacking, but something to get
yeah.
better in. But if it helps, write out a schedule, write down some goals. But I'm gonna end it off with Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Yahawashi Hamashiach, which strengthens me. So we can do all things through Yahawashi. And just know that as long as you got the spirit of the Lord in you, that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Whatever you set your hand out to do, that you can do it. You're more than capable to do it because you got the blood of Yahawah in you. And if you want to get the kingdom, you have to put in the work to be better. So if the Lord is giving you time to get right and be better, then do it. Don't take it for granted, because who's to say you'll have that time tomorrow? So look yourself in the mirror, be real with yourself, humble down, and Lord, have a great week.
I wanted to say, y'all, just remember, judgment starts at the house of the Lord. So in all of this, in decision making, holding ourselves accountable. I'm gonna read this, and y'all, Lord willing, y'all can meditate on it. First Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the
Babe.
time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God? So meditate on that, and just know, hold yourself accountable, hold sisters around you accountable, and stop pointing the finger. Stop thinking it's everybody else. Stop sometimes self-reflect, look within yourself, so that we can be those mighty women. We can be prepared for the times ahead. Love y'all. Lord willing, y'all have a good week. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Shalom. Because this is where we hung out.